What's going on, draft fans? It's your boy DT back with another 2026 prospect film review, continuing to churn out the wide receiver tape. If you have not already seen the Carnell Tate from Ohio State or Makai Lemon and Jacoby Lane from USC tape, I already did those film reviews on the channel. They will be at the end of this video, of course. Getting into Jordyn Tyson, the Arizona State Sun Devil. He's a redshirt junior who transferred after the 2022 season from Colorado. And in 9 games this season for Arizona State, he has 61 catches, 711 yards, and 8 touchdowns. He's listed at 6'2", 195 pounds. And for my money, he's arguably one of the best route runners I've seen so far on film through this class. Obviously, I'm not done with all the wide receivers, of course, but there is a good chance that Jordyn Tyson is one of the best route runners in this class. And despite having a lengthy injury history, right, in 2022, he had an ACL, MCL, PCL tear in 2022. And then in 2024, he also had a collarbone injury that forced him to miss postseason action. This year, Jordyn Tyson, and we'll see it on film, he suffered a hamstring injury that caused him to miss a handful of games, I believe 2 or 3, and we'll see that on tape today. So despite this lengthy injury history for Jordyn Tyson, I do think he is still looked at as one of the premier wideouts in this class. So as always, we'll dive into the tape and we'll figure it all out about our guy, Jordyn Tyson. With that, we'll go full screen. I have over 10 plays in the hopper. Jordyn Tyson, watched a handful of games of his: Mississippi State, TCU, and then Texas Tech. Texas Tech was the one, I believe, where he suffered the injury. So we'll go through them all, ups and downs, positives and negatives, strengths and weaknesses of Jordyn Tyson. So this one here is Mississippi State. He's going to be in the slot on the left-hand side. A little bit easy to tell because he has these really fluorescent shoes on. They're almost orange, so does stick out a little bit between him and his teammates. That's some of those things you have to look for on tape to find out where exactly your guy is on every play. So we're following the orange shoes here. We'll play it through and then we'll discuss it on the other side. Tyson in the slot left, just running a medium out, about 9 or 10 yards of depth, takes a big shot on the sideline after securing the catch. We'll pull it back. So I like this here. Right about here, it's a 2 high shell, right? You see the 2 high safeties, and you see the 2 corner types on the perimeter. Looks like man-to-man coverage, cover 2, cover 4. Whichever you want to classify it as. I think it's probably more cover 2. Obviously, it's zone, and you see the safety driving down on Jordyn Tyson as this this corner leaves with the wide receiver, leaving Jordyn Tyson in that soft spot in the zone. Good rounding of his routes as well. I think right here, there's not a ton of wasted movement. No extra steps needed. He just puts his right foot in the ground and gets out of it. Makes a good catch along the sideline, tries to turn up field, does take a shot from the safety. And you'll see when he gets up, he's a little bit dazed and confused here. Kind of leaning on that referee a little bit, but certainly good in the short to intermediate range. His short area quickness is very good. There's a better look at the shot that he took. Looked like he was hurt from that play. Obviously, he stays in the game, and we have more tape to break down from this one, but wanted to start it out by showing his short area quickness, his burst, his change of direction, obviously his ability to use the sideline as his friend, and sustain a big hit. He's an injury, lengthy injury history type of guy. I don't want to say injury prone, but these types of things, they add up over time. And that hit was certainly one that affected Jordyn Tyson on that play. Next play, we have a 1-step slant. Here he is down at the bottom of the screen, looking against press coverage, right? 3 steps 3 yards of separation between him and the DB post-snap, or pre-snap, excuse me. He's going to get into his stem. He's going to do like a little hop right here. You see him, he's got his left foot forward. He hops on that little left foot first, steps out with the right foot. Looks like he's trying to widen the cornerback, of course. Then he puts that right foot in the ground. Boom. Corner steps off. Tries to shoot his hand, his inside hand, that right hand there. Jordyn does a good job of kind of avoiding it. Easily crosses face. Gains great separation, 3 to 4 yards. Sam Levitt puts it right on him with anticipation. Able to turn upfield. So really like that. Again, displaying his short area ability to win. Have the DB, kind of on his toes there. Tries to shoot at him. He kind of dips that right shoulder right there. I love this. As his right foot gets in the ground, he's using his head to sell the fake outside. Swipes back in, dips that right shoulder, gets off of him. Very clean win for Jordyn Tyson. I think this is something you see a ton on his film is clean wins in short area. And he's a very good short to intermediate security blanket for Sam Levitt here at Arizona State. Here we have a red zone rep, Jordyn Tyson down at the bottom of the screen, one-on-one. Again, press situation. He's 3 yards of coverage. Again, puts that right foot in the ground, head fake. Gets to the out route. Easy touchdown. Love the subtle nuances here. Again, you'll see him now. Now his right foot is forward. Little hop out of his release. Right foot, left foot, selling inside. Look at his head, looking straight at that referee at the middle of the field, selling to that defensive back. Hey, I'm going inside. Don't let me get inside. And then this right here, the head fake with the right foot step, that right shoulder dip yet again. And now he's out of it. Now he doesn't have as much separation on this one. Obviously, you're working with more condensed field in the red zone. So the DB has, help over the top in terms of the back line of the end zone. So he can stay tighter on his man in this situation. But Jordyn, a little bit of a rolled out. Sam Levitt does a good job rolling to his left, squaring his body up, putting it only where Jordyn Tyson can get it. I know it's a low throw, low and away a little bit, but it's the only place the DB has no chance to even get involved in a contested catch opportunity. So really like Jordyn Tyson when it comes down to the red zone, short area quickness, beating press, all those things at the line of scrimmage. I think he does very well. Here we have more of an intermediate route. We're going to see a dagger concept. So you have the number 2 in the slot. He's going to run the vertical. Tyson's going to come in behind on the dagger route. Obviously a concept we've seen the Jets run multiple times with any of their bad quarterbacks, to be honest. Pretty basic concept. Again, great job at the top of his route, creating separation, head fake, right foot in the ground, dip in the shoulder on the in breaker. Here we're playing with off coverage, 8 or 9 yards off coverage by the DB. They both have vertical stems. As he gears down to start changing the direction of his stem, again, you can see he's getting up on the DB, closing that space, right foot in the ground, head fake selling out, boom, rolls in. It's not the most perfect change of direction here, right? Looks like that right foot stride is a little bit too far out of frame where he kind of like slides on it, right there. It looks like he's kind of sliding on that right foot to get into his break. But he does a great job recovering. DB trailing, has one false step. Great job tracking the ball, going up high to get it. Good win here by Jordyn Tyson. We'll see it from the back angle. There's the vertical clearing for the dagger, and then you see Jordyn Tyson gain separation. Again, it's not as much separation as the first 2 plays that we saw, but it's enough separation, plenty of separation. Not the best ball either from Levitt. It's a little high and could have led him a little bit more, maybe past the hash mark for yards after catch. But incredible job going up to get it by Jordyn Tyson. I really like that. Outside the frame, going up, get it, embracing, absorbing that hit to finish. Great job on the intermediate route by Tyson there. Here we have a China concept. So China is basically to the 3 receiver side. You're going to end up with the number 1 doing an in-breaker, number 2 running an in-breaker, and then number 3, Jordyn Tyson, he's going to run a sail or a corner route. So that's the China concept. We'll play it through. Does a great job getting over the cloud corner and above that safety. Good catch on the sidelines. We'll play it back. So looks like zone coverage here. You have the 3 underneath defenders with that cloud corner and the safety over top. Jordyn Tyson is just going to kind of split the 2. He's just going to take this cloud corner and this deep safety. He's just going to split the middle of them. Does a good job finding that open space. Levitt has to escape to his right, gets out of a little bit of a pressure situation. Obviously, because of that, couldn't lead him perfectly, but puts it up in a situation where Jordyn can get it, and the DB trailing has to adjust and can't get up to make the pass breakup. Levitt again leaving the pocket. Great job by Jordyn on the route. Here we have another dagger concept. This time, not from a condensed split. We're more of a spread out concept. Here we have the vertical and then Jordyn on the dagger again. Boom. Puts his foot in the ground. Again, doesn't need separation every single time because he has really good hands as well. But when you're able to create that separation at the top of your route, it's only going to help you. Play it through a little slower. Gets up on the DB, right foot in the ground, head fake. This time the DB kind of anticipates it too. You know, you don't see him faking outside. You see him cheating back inside, but he still does a great job of rounding it off, shielding right here. I think this is a great job shielding the defensive back, right? He has himself between the path of the ball and the defender, so that when he catches it on his upfield shoulder, the DB is not able to get his arm around and contest the catch. You'll see it more from the back angle. I think he does a good job. Play fake. Right here, he's got himself between the ball and the man. Flying onto screen from the left side here. Great diving catch as well. Great finish. Some really good hands from Jordyn Tyson. I love a lot of the things that he does in short area field, hands, the nuance of being a wide receiver. I think Jordyn Tyson does that all very, very well. Here we have an outside release go ball down at the bottom of the screen. He's just going to beat his man. Pretty straightforward, but this is showing off the vertical speed, the vertical separation ability. 3 yards, kind of press coverage from the DB. Sets him up inside, releases outside. Great separation. Ball could have been a little bit out in front of him more, but he still does a fantastic job of looking it in. So here he is down the bottom. A little hop, step on the release, gets up on the toes of the DB, this little hesitation here. Look, he's going to go inside. Look, he's looking inside at the hashes. DB kind of cheats. You see him kind of closing off with that right foot. Left foot steps back and opens up that outside area for Tyson to attack. And then right here, the saying he's even, he's leaving. Jordyn Tyson right here is even at the minus 48 yard line. Sam Levitt looks to throw at the plus 49 yard line. And by the time he catches it, he's got about 3.5 yards of separation on the DB. Finishes in the end zone. So fantastic play here by both Levitt and Tyson, but I love the fact that he can set up defensive backs for in-breaking routes. He can set up defensive backs for out-breaking routes. He does pretty much everything you could ask for, like a total package wide receiver in terms of route running prowess, ability, catch point, tracking, nuances of wide receiver play. Jordyn Tyson certainly has it. Here's Jordyn Tyson on the slot right. Going to run a quick out. Again, short area quickness and separation. Press in the slot, gets off it, shoots the left hand of the DB, gets right off it. Easy, quick out. So here we go. Pressed up in the slot. The DB type is going to shoot with the left hand right there. Jordyn again kind of dances around it. He pulls in his left shoulder and tightens up, avoids that while swiping right there with his left hand, swipes that hand away. Instant, easy separation. And now the DB with inside leverage. Jordyn Tyson's going to sell like he's curling back upfield. DB goes with him, and then boom, he cuts out right there. That left foot in the ground right there. Sells with the head fake. Turns right around to get the ball from Levitt. Could have been a little bit earlier of a throw. Not going to nitpick that. Talking about wide receivers here. But he does a really good job separating on this play. Really the stuff that you love to watch from a wide receiver. The ability to win so quickly, so easily, so consistently. Like, that's so much separation for a 4 or 5 yard route that I think Jordyn Tyson is truly one of the best in this class. Here we go. 4th and 5, game on the line. Jordyn Tyson's going to cross face. He's the number 1 down to the bottom. You're going to have a little slant route here from the number 1 and the number 2. And then they're going to motion across and get to a flat route. Kind of looks like double dragon a little bit. Here's the tight end moving over. Then we get the slant with two slants with a flat route. Jordyn does a great job crossing face of the DB. Pull it back right here. DB is giving him outside leverage. He doesn't want to get beat to the corner. Safety inside, drives down on the flat route. Looks like 3 defenders kind of get occupied by this flat route, right? You got this guy moving to his left, his left, his left. And then you have this DB kind of trailing out, trying not to get beat by Jordyn across or to the outside. Then you have this slant route, and then you have Jordyn crossing face on this slant route. So really good job attacking the defense here by Arizona State. When this safety turns around to correct and latch on with this wide receiver type, you still have these 2 in the flat with the tight end. It really puts a bind on this matchup here, Tyson versus his DB, because now you vacated all this space here, and Tyson's able to find it very easily for the touchdown. Boom. DB doesn't even get his hands on him, almost falling backwards in his stance. Now he's like trying to regain his balance. No safety help over the middle. Jordyn Tyson, easy touchdown for the Sun Devils. 4th and 5 with the game on the line against TCU. and he makes a very, very clutch play. Now we're into the Texas Tech game. This is the game where he gets injured. He does get injured on this route. I don't know if this is the beginning of the injury, but there's a play later on where he gets injured again. So you're going to have Jordyn Tyson down the bottom of the screen here. One-on-one press coverage. We'll play it through. I believe he's running a corner route. Yep, gets on it. Yep, shakes inside, fakes outside, and you see him come up limp. Now he's just standing in the end zone on the scramble drill. He's not really helping his quarterback, which, I mean, he's so injured. How could you expect him to run around and make a catch? But unfortunately, that is what happens far too often with Jordyn, if we're just being completely honest. So he's going to set up. DB has outside leverage. So he's going to get inside, fake inside, and then go outside. But as soon as he puts that left foot in the ground, you see him come up a little limpy right there. Puts that right foot, left foot into the ground, steps right out. Now he's getting out of it. And boom, right there, he pulls up. And now he's holding his right hamstring. Unfortunate circumstance for Jordyn that the injuries keep following him. But you see him in the end zone here. He's too hobbled. He can't really come back to the ball. He can't do much in terms of scramble drill opportunity for the quarterback. So unfortunate situation there for Tyson. He would remain in the game, however. Here they are in the red zone. Jordyn, again, short area quickness. Definitely his calling card. Here he is down the bottom. He's the new number 2 now that they motioned out the running back. He's going to run a bit of a return route, what I've known them to be called. He's going to start in his stem. He's going to get up on the DB, fake like he's going out, and then whip back inside. He doesn't get the ball, but I do want to just point out how much separation he gets. Boom. Ball incomplete because of pressure. There's a penalty for roughing the passer, I believe. But this is just fantastic from Jordyn. Looks like he's going inside. Then he tries to break out. DB is latched on him. There's no way he's open. But boom, he puts his right foot into the ground, steps, turns full 270-degree turn, gets back upfield, creates that separation. He's open. Sam Levitt's not looking at him. And the ball has already come out on that back line player. It's a little bit short to him. But Jordyn Tyson does a great job winning on that route despite not getting the ball. Now here he is on dragon concept a couple plays later. This is a good offensive play design when you have this look by the defense because it's showing, cover 0, man-to-man, right? You have man-to-man here, man-to-man here. What they're going to run is dragon, which is basically just a slant and a flat combo. So here's the flat by Jordyn Tyson. Here's the slant by the number 1 receiver. And the point of this is to get these 2 DB types crossed up. You have this corner type going on the in-breaker with the slant. And then this slot corner needs to roll all the way around those 3 bodies. Natural pick, natural rub. Not offensive pass interference, but a natural pick and rub to allow for Tyson to squeak free into the flat here for the touchdown. So good play design, good execution. Good job by the wide receiver. Boom, gets in his way. And at this point, that's free money. Sam Levitt already knows it. He's already in his release. The ball's about to come out. And that DB just has no chance of getting over the top to get to Tyson. Great play design, great execution. Good job by both wide receivers. And that's going to do it for the Jordyn Tyson film review. Obviously, a lot to like about this player, right? If you could turn injuries off for a specific player in his college or NFL career, Jordyn Tyson might be one of the best ones to use that on, because I feel like when he is on the field, he is super special. You see it, short area, intermediate, even the deep stuff. He can beat you at all three levels of the field. He's the ultimate security blanket for a quarterback. Like Sam Levitt is not some, star-studded quarterback who's going to be a surefire first rounder when he declares for the draft. But the play of Jordyn Tyson certainly elevates Sam Levitt, and with his already, his abilities already that he has, plus having a wide receiver like Jordyn Tyson, it really helps the quarterback play all around. So definitely intrigued by Jordyn Tyson. Do I think the Jets would be the perfect fit for him? Maybe, right? You can make the argument that he complements Garrett very well. You have two very, technical route runners in Garrett and Jordyn Tyson. I do think Jordyn Tyson is a bit more refined in his routes. I do think there are some like lack of details with Garrett Wilson that, doesn't make him the most polished wide receiver out there, but you couldn't argue the fact that these two guys would be special with the AD Mitchell being a wide receiver 3 type. You can definitely make the argument that this would be an easy complement for Garrett Wilson at the wide receiver position. With that being said, we've gone through Carnell Tate, Mekhi Lemon, Jordyn Tyson, and when you factor in all of the, evaluation points, including injury, things of that nature, it is hard to put him at number 1, although there are certainly things that he does better than Tate or Lemon in terms of making him the QB or wide receiver 1 in certain traits, right? Route running, short area quickness. I think him and Mekhi Lemon are the two best at that. But I do think Jordyn Tyson is wide receiver 1 in certain traits. And we'll break all those down. I'll be doing a wide receiver rankings episode in at least the next coming week or two. I want to get through some of the Senior Bowl guys, Jeremy Bernard, Elijah Surratt included in that. So we have more of a sample size to rank these guys. I'm not just going to rank 5 receivers after watching 5 wide receivers. I want to watch closer to 8 to 10 wide receivers before I grade them. So stay tuned for that one. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you're new. DT signing out saying happy drafting.